Down with this sort of thing. Careful now.
What is up everybody, and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be going through my top players to target ahead of the upcoming Game Week 26. After a frustrating Game Week 25 for most managers, Game Week 26 is the perfect opportunity to bounce back ahead of a frantic FPL schedule. If you do find this video helpful, then please do drop it a like, subscribe to the channel and comment down below what your plans are ahead of Game Week 26. Also make sure to follow me on Twitter at fplfatherted, and without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off with my number one pick for Game Week 26, we have Aston Villa's Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins has never been seen as much of an FPL option due to other options such as Kane, Toney, Haaland and Darwin. However, I believe it would be stupid to continue to ignore him due to his current form. Watkins has scored 5 goals in a row and has some appealing fixtures coming up. Over the next 5 weeks, Villa play Palace, West Ham, Bournemouth, Chelsea and Leicester. Watkins is also a very appealing option due to him not blanking Game Week 28 and thus not being an issue in that blank game week. When we take this into consideration, we can really start to appreciate how viable Watkins can be going forward as managers look to navigate the upcoming blank game weeks. With Ings also having left Villa in the summer, Watkins is their number one striker and is nailed for 90 minutes most matches. Everything considered, Watkins could be a player I'm really considering bringing in this week, especially if I was to wildcard. Moving on to my second player for Game Week 26, we have the return of an old friend, Mitoma. Whilst I haven't owned Mitoma yet, I have covered him in depth and strongly believe he is a super exciting FPL asset. Not only is he in strong form, but he is also an upcoming double game week in Game Week 27, which sees Brighton play Leeds and Crystal Palace in the same game week. Game Week 26 sees Brighton face off against West Ham at home, which we would expect to be an easy fixture for Brighton. Mitoma has really made a name for himself this season and the stats back up his form. Mitoma has the most expected assists and successful dribbles per 90 in the Brighton squad and has caught the eye of thousands of managers. However, both March and Gross occupy the top spots for goals and assists this season, with Mitoma still lagging behind. This could be seen as a worry, however Mitoma has been the best player in Brighton's squad in the last few game weeks and is also an even more appealing option due to his budget price. With a double game week 27, Mitoma is a must own in my opinion. Toney is a player which has been in and out of many teams throughout this season. Whilst he has been performing well, many managers have avoided him due to his ongoing court case over Baying. If you look at Toney's stats in comparison to the Brentford squad, then there really isn't a category which Toney doesn't dominate. Toney is top for goals, goals per 90, big chances created and shots per 90. However, it is the attacking stats of Brentford as a whole which make Toney an even more appealing FPL option for the upcoming game weeks. Brentford are 7th this season for big chances created, goals per match and big chances missed. For a team which has only just been promoted to the Premier League in the last few seasons, these are some very impressive stats. What we can take away from these stats is that Brentford create chances and score goals. Toney thus becomes extremely appealing as he is nailed and also on penalties. With Brentford having 2 double game weeks in the next 5 weeks, then Toney should be a player which managers are seriously considering. Ben Mee is the fourth player we will discuss in this video as we look to navigate the Brentford defence as well as the attack. As I discussed previously, Brentford are showing levels which aren't usual for a team who has just been recently promoted. As with their attack, Brentford's defence is also particularly strong this season. Brentford are in the top 10 for clean sheets and goals conceded per match so far this season. They also sit 14th for XG conceded, which is only behind some of the top Premier League teams. In their last 3 home games, Brentford have only conceded 1 goal. Ben Mee is of particular focus due to his attacking threat, which has been evident in a number of games this season. In Brentford's most recent game against Southampton, Mee scored a lovely headed goal. Moments like these are exactly why you want to select defenders which also have good attacking threat. If Brentford continue to keep up their defensive stability, then it could be easy points for owners as they face Fulham, Everton and Southampton in their next 3 games. If you're on a wildcard this week, then I would definitely look towards a Brentford defender or their goalkeeper Raya. The last player we will discuss in this video is the Spurs midfielder Kulusevski. Having been out for a long part of the season due to injury, Kulusevski has returned to the Spurs lineup and is getting consistent minutes. Whilst he has only returned once in his last 6 games, many FPL managers know just how dangerous Kulusevski is when he's on form. Spurs' next 3 fixtures see them face off against Wolves, Nottingham Forest and Southampton. With these next 3 fixtures, Spurs' options seem incredibly appealing. Whilst the majority of managers will look to bring in Kane ahead of this fixture run, I've decided to discuss Kulusevski due to the differential option he can be. Even though he has missed a large part of the season, Kulusevski is 2nd for assists and 3rd for chances created in the Spurs team. Before his injury, Kulusevski was a lot more consistent with returns and looked like a real threat. Whilst a lot of managers may want to avoid him due to the lack of returns currently, I believe he is an option which could pay off massively if you invest in him now with so many good fixtures coming up. Before making any transfers this week, I would advise that managers wait until the FA Cup games have concluded, as this will provide us with some vital information for Game Week 28. People on Twitter such as Ben Crellin will do their best to help explain what the FA Cup results mean for the upcoming game weeks, so make sure to check them out in order to have the most information possible before making transfer moves. I'm currently leaning towards wildcarding this week in order to have a team I'm happy with after a tough few game weeks which saw me drop rank drastically. That's going to do it for this week's transfer tips video. If you did find the video helpful, then please do drop it a like, subscribe to the channel and let me know down below what your plans are ahead of Game Week 26. Also make sure to follow me on Twitter at fplfatherted. Thanks for watching and good luck this game week.